Little clap for the Amy.
Clap it up.
Oh, Sport Show.
Sport show, sport show, sport show. Here we go, sport show. I'm back, baby. I'm back.
Just take it away from him. Under 4 left. The barn is alive again.
Yeah, it's a sport show. Got me in my hormones, all gas, no brakes, score 4-0. If you think you own this place, you get foreclosed. I've been in my head, but it's not about a T3.
You know, you miss a week. This is good for you. This is good. Good energy. I got to move the screen. I can't see at all.
I'm back. Oh, dude. Sports show, roster, fraternity. I missed you all so badly.
Yeah.
Badly. I don't even want to get into it. I don't want to talk about it. We have so much to do. I don't even want to talk about trips with the family, 5 hours in the car. I don't want to talk about it.
Are you sure?
How I saved lives on the weekend just for the fun. Like, another time, roster.
Are you
time.
sure? Are you sure? I feel like you want to talk about it.
I'm positive. Because there's so much that's been happening over this week to me. But first off, real quick, and I don't want to pump his tires too much.
Come on. Damn it.
Great show last week. Thanks for covering. I enjoyed what you did, taking the itinerary and using it as a prop.
A prop.
However, utilizing your beautiful skills, your smart skills, and saying, it's like he's in the room, but he's not in the room. And P.S., that's actually how I write my notes. Like little things like, hey, haha, or yeah, when I was making fun of the boxing analogy, I'm like, please don't get too technical because like no one wants to hear it. But,
I
he does it anyways.
That.
Yeah, exactly.
I had to say
tell everyone. Exactly.
So I thought it'd be better that way. And I think the solo show was better doing it that way. And it was no joke. So what happened is you emailed it to me. Mm-hmm. And then I was, so I had the PDF open and I saw the sports show and I read the first line. I'm like, no, stop. This would be a great idea. So I did. Truth be told, it wasn't a joke. I printed it out. I put it, now the video's up on YouTube.
Right.
So I put it in an envelope and I left it for a day. Mm-hmm. Had no idea. But it worked better because then, because you know what I hate? And this happens to us. We'll be on the phone and we'll have like a good one-liner.
Yes.
Right? We're like, oh yeah, don't forget to bring that up on the pod. And then we never do because it doesn't get set up that way.
That's right.
So I needed it to be a little organic.
I see.
Just an extra number on the barcode. Organic.
A lot of people that watch this on YouTube or listen to us on I don't know. Do they still listen to us on iTunes? Who knows? Spotify and Podbean. But you did the Johnny Carson. You put it in an envelope and you just came back. Yeah, exactly. That's what he used to do. It was one of his bits. It was actually a classic. It's beautiful. Speaking of Johnny Carson, little hearts and prayers out there for Jerry Springer. Buddy, I'm not joking. It's not like I ever met the guy. I don't know the guy. We all know who he is. Jerry. That's where it all started.
Yeah,
He's passed at the age of 79. I guess he had cancer. He didn't tell anyone except for his family. Ends up passing. But I literally feel like a small void in my heart, man.
That's what it was? It was cancer?
It turns out he has. Yeah, exactly. And he passes. But I got to be honest, it's been messing with me a little bit. It's messed with me a little bit. I like the Jerry.
There's a lot of people on the roster that'll understand because they're around that time, and then there's some younger folk from the roster that won't, and it's just the nature of it. You got to think this guy Jerry Springer, to put it in perspective. I mean, to me, there's these notable people in media that are provocateurs.
Right.
Howard Stern is
great example.
The GOAT. Yeah. Okay, he's the guy who took it first.
Yeah.
Jerry did it in the talk show world.
Right.
Jerry Springer, I remember we would go get the VHSs because we're like, guys, there's like topless women on these shows. There's boobies. we gotta rent it.
Yeah.
Don't tell your mom and dad.
Of course not.
At one point, he was beating Oprah.
Yes, I have it here.
Who probably is the GOAT of talk shows.
Probably.
I would say you got to give it to Oprah. He beat Oprah in the ratings at one point, which was the biggest deal.
12 million people per episode at one time.
12 million people per episode.
Yeah.
In the late 90s, you guys.
Exactly.
Or excuse me, mid to late 90s.
Yeah, that's correct.
It's a big deal. The guy, and so he changed. I remember, but Maury Povich was still teaching people how to do cupcakes until he saw the Springer. Montel Williams.
Hey, Montel.
You and your nice little wholesome show, and all of a sudden you were doing your thing. Povich, you are not the father you've had. It was all because of the Springer. Everyone got little controversy because of the Springer. Jerry Springer.
That's right.
is to TV media what Howard Stern was to shock radio.
Beautiful.
So the sports shows of the world, the Joe Rogans of the world, the everything like that owes it all.
Yeah.
To guys like Jerry Springer. I'm telling you, the guy was huge.
Huge. And we'll talk about it maybe a little bit later.
Montel.
We'll see.
You greaseball.
Are you in my brain? Like,
Sending
stop it.
kids.
I can't have you in my brain. I can't have you.
The guy is sending kids to camp. But even sadly, Jesse Raphael was getting in the mix for a while.
Buddy, you got Oprah. She had to give away cars to be number one. That's it. That's all I'm going to say to you. She had to give away cars.
She had to give away cars.
Now, last week, I wasn't on the show, as we all know. So what happened? We got in trouble because of the Amy.
Dude, I don't even know why we got in trouble.
So we got 2 bad Amy's now.
No.
I was all right with the 1. Now we got 2. What's going on over here?
No. Amy's no. Don't give Amy the bad Amy. Don't give Amy the bad Amy. She's not the bad Amy.
She's not the bad Amy.
But if you keep doing videos a week after, especially like, Amy, this is my solo show. I've been waiting.
You destroyed. By the way, thank you. Thank you for
Amy, this was my chance when Mitch is gone. This is what I was trying to do, but no.
She's heartbroken. Leave her alone. I get it. I've been there. I know.
Amy,
I know. Don't worry.
Hey.
You keep doing what you're doing.
I don't know if it was. I'm assuming it was because of maybe what we were talking with the Amy, which Amy got upset. She's like, "Well, what the heck were you?" Because she listened to the episode, obviously, because she uploads it
Exactly.
and that's the video. She's like, "What were you guys talking about? What'd you get in trouble?" We still don't know.
Don't know. Yeah.
The person who complained, Mitch, didn't even follow up.
Oh, okay.
With Kamo on what the actual complaint was. So here's this guy. He's like, I don't know.
You know what I think it was? I think it's, truthfully, this is what I think, Amy, and this is what I think, Dimitri, and the roster. I think it's because at the end of the MAGA MALAKA, we were trying to find nice Jewish boys. Right?
I think that's where it was.
Maybe we should have just opened it up to everyone. But you know what the thing is?
But Amy's Jewish.
You know, Iris, she's a mom, and she wants, maybe a Jewish boy. There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. But actually, people who find something wrong with that, I question.
I question them as well.
I question.
I agree.
Because, that's what we think it is. Maybe
that's what
someone,
we think it is, yeah.
Someone got offended and said, why
can't I get a
But if you're not going to take the time to know the sports show, know the Amy, know whatever, then, I got to tell you, that's why I apologize. And still, for nothing. Hey, you, complainer.
Yeah.
Screw you.
Get out of here.
Screw you.
Leave us alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to talk to you.
I'll tell you, there's a lot of people that won't be dating you.
Nope.
Not with that attitude.
No, exactly. No wonder you're trying to find dates
and you leave,
the podcast.
And you leave, and I have to fend for myself.
Hey, what do you want me to do? I didn't know the complaint was coming in.
But just like Tank Davis.
Boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
A little body shot. Finished it.
No big deal.
Here we go. We're off to the NHL first round playoffs, still going on, or are they for some teams? So yesterday I was doing the notes and some things transpired, so I had to literally on the fly, I'm changing them up right now. Yeah. Let's start in the East. This is where we always start, Dimitri. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about how I'm the genius of the genius. What have I told you? When you want an upset, you listen to the sports show and you listen and you wait for the coach. Because this is what happens. At the beginning of the series, Boston, greatest team of all time. And they are.
Oh, no.
Going into the playoffs against the Panthers that crawled in. Everyone's like, watch out. Boston's going to win in 5. Pardon me.
Pardonnez-moi.
Last night, Matthew Tkachuk goes, hey, boys, we're down here in the Floridas. Let's have a good time. You know what I wouldn't mind? Going back up to Boston one more time to wreck a party. Listen, guys, we're here all the time. Down 3-2, they head into Florida, and the Rats came flying over the boards again because Matthew Tkachuk and the boys went rampant in the third period. I don't know if you saw that third period. It went up and down and around the corner. Ladies and gentlemen, the Florida Panthers have tied the series at 3-3. We're heading back to Boston for tomorrow night on a Sunday. Dimitri, say it now. Tell me what I want to hear.
Not until it's over, because you have a knack. No. You have a knack of blowing it a little too early.
Tell me what I want to hear.
I'll tell you what you want to hear. Take it easy, relax. You have a knack of just the moment someone touches your leg, you want to marry them.
Maybe
that's your problem.
Why fight it? Let's be happy.
But the thing is I'm now on board where I want to agree with you that Florida's going to close it out. Look, you don't know. Home ice advantage for Boston. Boston is still an excellent, excellent team. But here's what I love about the playoffs. Like, you cannot take anything for granted in the NHL.
No.
Zero. And, Florida's still a good team. I think Boston is better. I do believe that Boston closes it out in Game 7, right? But I'll throw the but out there. When you back a team into a corner, you start to really figure out what they're all about. What's impressed me about Florida more than anything is character. And why? Because you know what? They brought in a character guy.
That's right.
And I'm starting, we can go down and trash the Flames as much as we want on this segment.
Why not? Let's do it.
But okay, let's do it. Because, look, the thing is for Boston, they have these two amazing goals. Doesn't matter who you put in.
Ullman, Swayman,
Ullman. They're there to just let in only one goal. But to dish in 7?
Yeah.
7? Past a Bruins team like that?
All right.
Ooh, that's a statement for Game 6. But they bring in this guy Tkachuk,
right,
that we let walk because he didn't want to stay because the other guys left and everything going on, it didn't work. You know what, Florida? I think I've underestimated Tkachuk, what he really brings to the table, the type of player that he is, never mind just the points, but the great character guy.
Yeah.
Florida is winning off of character. They got backed into a corner 3-1. They decided to come back 3-2. Shit kick the Bruins for in Game 6, and here we are now. So I want the Panthers to go through now. Now I'm like, yeah.
Well,
but
what do you do?
Tough.
You're the head coach of the Boston Bruins. Do you go with Allmark, who's going to win the Vezina, or do you go with Swayman, who's been great this year as well? Like, do you change the goalie for Game 7?
See, his advantage is it doesn't really matter what he does.
Right.
Doesn't matter what he does. They're both good enough.
And for the fraternity and the roster that listens to the pod regularly, maybe on the CJSW, maybe just you download each and every week, you guys always say, we always talk about the killers. What Matthew Tkachuk is doing right now, that's killer.
Yeah.
That's what we talk about. When we talk about the killers, that's what we're talking about. Basically putting the entire team on his back and doing everything he needs to do. Like, I am beyond impressed by him. Beyond impressed. Like, he really starts to wear on you. And to say he's like, so he's scoring the goals, he's doing all the things, but he's also still getting under their skin. Like, he's doing it all, literally doing it all. I'm really, really impressed. From there, let's go over real quick to the New Jersey Devils and the New York Rangers. Here's two teams that, I know everyone's like, there's home ice advantage, but this one really doesn't. I mean, they're literally across the bridge from each other. So I find like it can be 7 games of neutral, of a neutral battle kind of thing, right? To some degree. Because the Jersey fans are going to travel to New York, and New York is going to travel to Jersey to watch their team. Down 2-0. Rangers take a 2, and everybody, including me, I have to admit, I'm like, here, they're on their way. 4 straight. They're going to cream these guys. Well, the Devils and Jack Hughes says, no. Watch this. Now they're up 3-2, about to maybe close it out tonight, Dimitri. Who do you like? What happened in this series, buddy?
Ooh, I don't know. First of all, Jack Hughes is amazing.
Yeah.
Now you're watching a few more games, right? And you got to think we're in the West, so we have different exposures. So now you're watching a few more games, and Jack Hughes, this guy's real deal, man.
He is.
You're talking, I remember like Jersey had back in the day, not even that far back in the day, but for a long time, Zach Parise was Mr. New Jersey.
Yeah.
He's in that realm for me. He's kind of doing it all with some skill. I like him. Look, I thought the Rangers were going to cream him too. Commanding star on the road.
Yeah.
They got everything. Everything's working here.
That's right.
They're bullying the young people.
Yeah.
Did we maybe just forget that Jersey started the hottest team in the league, almost near breaking records in terms of how hot they were going?
True.
Maybe they just found their way again. Maybe they just woke up. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen here, Mitch, because again, the Rangers could literally pull their heads out of their butts, regroup, come in, and win 2 straight.
Absolutely.
So I don't know.
Well, Shesterkin right now is not playing the way he was. Like, something's happened. They figured it out. Maybe that's what it is. Jersey, I saw this stat and heard this stat the other day. They're the best 5-on-5 hockey team. So when it's 5-on-5, which is 90% of the game outside of a power play, Jersey's actually the best team in the league. So what, to your great point, because we're here in the West, we don't get to see a lot of the Jersey. We don't get to see a lot of the New York. On New York, we just know a lot of the names, right? They're out of the Fox, the Sister, the Canes. Where Jersey is a lot like some other teams we're about to talk about. Grimy, tough, talented, but we just don't know all their big names yet.
Yeah,
right?
Fast.
And that's we're gonna talk about it again because there's another team in the West that's lot like them, and you know what I'm talking about.
I know,
but it's crazy.
know.
So you listen. I told you guys, Flames are my favorite team, even though sometimes it does not sound like that. Because constructive criticism.
Sure.
But Jersey's my second favorite team. Scott Stevens. That's all I'm gonna say. Love the guy. So I'm hoping Jersey pulls him out tonight, but we'll see. I'm kind of hoping that one goes to 7. Kind of hoping.
Okay.
All right.
Me too.
Carolina and the New York Islanders, maybe not the most exciting series, okay? Last night, Carolina. You want to talk about a team that we know nobody? Like nobody except for we just know their head coach and Sebastian Aho, but we only know that name because there's a guy on the Islanders that's named Sebastian Aho. So for me and Dimitri, this is like gold material. 2 guys on the same team. It's like breaking the Matrix. It's like weird. Long story short, Islanders got kicked out last night. This is what I'm talking about. I had to make the note change. Carolina, moving on to the next round. But Carolina's decimated. The poor team, all their best players are hurt. They had to resort to Anderson last night as a goalie. Like, they are falling apart at the worst time. But they're off to the next round. So what does that say about the Islanders then?
Yeah, really, right? I actually thought the Islanders were on a lock. Like, once they won Game 5,
sure,
I was like, okay, they're gonna, because Carolina's decimated, dude. Let me tell you, if Brindamore just can't win Coach of the Year every year for what he's doing here, I mean, this is incredible, and they're still finding ways to win, which means the system of hockey is working.
Yes,
that's what all that says. Everyone's out.
You're gone.
It's crazy how everyone's out. So. But Carolina, the tough part, they're my early pick, but this is why you got to wait a little bit too, because injuries play a factor. They cannot make a run compared to the other teams that we're going to go with.
Well, Brock Besser turned out to not be a big deal. Like, he had a couple of points, but nothing crazy where everyone thought this could be that missing piece that the Islanders had. Carolina just showed everyone, you don't need superstars all the time. What you need is a good system, heart players, guys that are in there. They're off to the next round. I'm concerned about their next round. It doesn't matter who they play. They're getting injured, and how long can they run on this? If they win the next round, then you know what?
All bets are off.
Sign me up for these guys going to the Cup and taking care of business. Because if you're winning with this kind of caliber and everyone's hurt, then what is that? To your point, Rod Brindamere, Coach of the Year. Boom, done.
Boom.
Let's now talk about the series in the East that I left to the end. Why? Because when you eat your dinner, you eat the steak, you eat the vegetables, then you talk about the dessert. And that's Toronto and Tampa Bay. At the beginning of the season, I said, hey, Toronto, you got to do something in the first round because Dubas is gone. You're going to get the guy fired. He took a chance, gave you all the money. So, yeah, here you go. Everybody got money. Everyone's happy. Oh, you need a Giordano? Boom, bring him in. Bring him in. You need a Brody? Bring him in. Goalie? We don't need goalies. Murray, get over here. Boom. All of a sudden.
O'Reilly.
I found some extra money. Oh, here you go. Done. Ladies and gentlemen, they were up 3-1.
Yes.
They go back to Toronto.
Yes.
Thinking, we're going to put this puppy away.
Yes.
No.
Oh.
Because the 3-time Stanley Cup champions, the Tampa Bay Lightning, are not going down without a fight. Corey Perry said, no, I want to talk to the fans in the penalty box. Maroon, no, I want to talk to them too. The whole team, Vasilevsky goes, I've been sucking, but I'm going to unsuck myself right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back in Tampa tonight. Series 3-2. Can Toronto close it out tonight? Can the Stanley Cup be won in Toronto tonight, Dimitri? This is the Stanley Cup equivalence to all Maple Leaf fans tonight.
The answer is yes.
Yes.
Why do I think this? I'm going to tell you.
I'd love to hear it.
Because, like I said last week on the pod, Toronto finally did something that they were able to overcome twice in this series. Psychological barriers. They got dummied in game 1,
Right.
and they didn't let it affect them. They came and they win 3 straight.
Right.
That's a big deal.
It's big.
Not only 3 straight, they go in and win. They dummy them by the same score, basically. You pop 7 on us, we pop 7 on you.
Right.
You think home ice advantage is a thing for you? Forget it. We're taking it.
We're taking it away.
It was a very close game.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very tight, close game. So I don't think Toronto lost the handle. Like, at the end of the day, too, this is why you play 7 games. I'm going to give them a little bit of a gimme here. It's just it was a series clinching, but it is against Tampa Bay. You guys, the same, like, we're watching Boston and Florida, so they were to pump the brakes. But they are going to close it out tonight. I feel confident they are.
Right.
And even if they lose, I actually feel confident they'll close it in Game 7.
Right.
I just think this time is actually different mentally. I do.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
it is all on them. They are the better team. I don't care what anyone says. I think Toronto is the better team.
I think listen, I agree. You know, after watching them now, I only took Tampa Bay, I'll be honest, guys, is because you guys know how I think. When a team has your number, they just have your number.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, that's true.
And here's the thing with Tampa Bay. They have been so dominant, and they've had their number. It was too easy for me to not pick Tampa Bay. However, Toronto has impressed me. They have impressed me very much so. When they start gunning, this is exactly why Dubas put these guys together, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is the team you wanted.
And sorry to interrupt, Mitch. I failed in my little my rant there. Also, there's the other character win they had when they're down 4-1.
Right. Yes.
And they come back and slang it in overtime
Yes.
on the road. So, there's a more of a belief themselves. That's why I think this time is different.
Well, believe this.
Oh.
Tonight, if Toronto doesn't win
Name of
tonight,
the pod, by the way.
thank you.
Yep.
If they don't win tonight, they will not win. Tonight, the one thing I've noticed about Toronto hockey team is the pressure in Toronto is too much. We're talking about game 1, they get beats and they got booed. This team, when they go home to play, I'm sure they're kind of excited, but there's probably a little anxiety there. That game the other night, I mean, it's the closeout game. The fans are rampant. They're excited, and they were dull. They just didn't have the guts. But when they're in Tampa Bay, man, they played some of their best hockey I've seen all year. So I'm a big believer. Tonight, you win in Tampa Bay, I can see that happening.
Right.
You don't win tonight, you ain't winning at home on Monday. Done.
Right. Okay.
From there, we go to the West. Why? This is where we are. We like the West over here. Okay. One of my favorite movies of all time, ABC. One of my favorite quotes, always be closing. And the Las Vegas.
Glenn Ross.
That's right.
Yeah.
Great movie. First place is a trip. Second place is steak knives. Third place, you're fired. Only closers get coffee.
Bless you, good Baldwin. Bless you.
By the way, Baldwin.
Acquitted.
That's just, acquitted? Yeah, damn right, acquitted. Come on. It's not his fault. Like, what? They're actors. He didn't have a gun on him. He was like walking around.
Come
man.
on.
It's
Come
crazy.
on. What are we doing?
Yeah. So when I talk about always be closing, the Vegas Knights showed everyone. I'll be the first one to admit it. I didn't think they were going to have a good season. What do? They go and win the West. Then they take on the Winnipeg Jets. And a lot of people, game 1, same thing. Whoa, Winnipeg came out gunning. Boom, boom, boom. And then all the way down. In fact, it got so bad that Rick Bowness, head coach of the Winnipeg Jets, right after the game, basically called out his entire team and said, I've never seen a team that needed a win so bad play so horribly. They didn't have any desperation in them. They had no fire in them. I mean, this is coming from your head coach.
Yeah.
This is coming from a team that at one time was like leading the Central, then completely tumbled away. Now, granted, in the playoffs, they got hurt, but there's something wrong. You know what I've realized with the Winnipeg Jets? They got it all. Good goaltending. He wasn't at his best this year. Good defense. Morrissey did get hurt in the playoffs. Good forwards. But I think there's a guy on that team, and I don't know who it is, so I don't want to point my finger at him, Shafley. But I think you got a bad attitude. I think the captain of the team of Winnipeg has got a bad vibe. Maybe he doesn't like Winnipeg. Maybe he doesn't like Rick. I don't know. But there's something wrong. There's a bad chemistry in that room, man. Kind of like a team over here. But I'm just saying, But they're in the playoffs.
I don't know. That was they did. They really fell from grace, the Winnipeg Jets, didn't they? Not enough fuel.
Not enough fuel in that.
Not enough fuel in the jet.
No, I think you got to give a little praise to the Las Vegas Golden Knights. They played beautifully. Good team, tough team.
Yes.
And they're on their way, man. This is a team that maybe we got to start respecting.
It's
maybe
team.
I do. Maybe I just got to start.
It's a complete team.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. From there, let's go over to the team that knocked out. We thought this was going to go 15 rounds, not 7. And it ended in 6. And that's the Dallas Stars knocking out the Minnesota Wild last night, 4-2. I said it at the beginning of this year. Dallas is tough.
Yeah.
And dude, Jake Ottinger is putting everybody on notice that he is the best hockey player on the Dallas Stars. Yes, even over Robertson. And he's the best goalie in the National Hockey League.
Ooh.
Boom. Hot take. Yeah. I know.
That was well done, by the way. It wasn't even time. That was even a hot take. I like that. I like that. Agreed. And Dallas is going to the conference final.
Yeah. I like them, man. I
don't care who they play. I don't care who they play.
Yeah. They're tough.
Yeah.
Can I just say, this is what a hot goalie looks like. And when you got this kind of hot goalie stacked behind that team, Dimitri, this could be it, man. This could be it.
Yep.
From there, we go to the team. The defending champions, the Colorado Avalanche, coming on over to Seattle. What? We got Seattle in the first round? No problem. Yeah, we got some of our best players are not here. No big deal. But all of a sudden, this grimy, tough, fast, beautiful, teal team in Seattle says, hold my spiced rum. Give me a minute.
Yes.
And 3-2. They take it 3. They go into Colorado. Series tied at 2. And they take that game 3-2. Last night in Seattle, buddy, I got to admit, I was watching it. They go up 1-0. I'm like, they're going to do it. They're going to knock out the defending champions.
It's like watching the movie Rudy.
Yeah.
He's going to tackle him.
And I'm going to use your boxing analogy. Seattle had Colorado on the ropes, and then Colorado just threw an undercut and just, boom, hit him on the chin, and it was over. Last night they win. We are headed into another Game 7 tomorrow night, but no one saw this one coming. It's Seattle taking on the Avalanche. Game 7. What do you think?
I am so impressed with Seattle.
Yeah, same with
the
me.
way they play. I've been actually, again, because we're Westerners, so we see more of this, and they typically get the late game.
Yeah.
That's it's easier to watch for us over here.
Right.
For us, we get the late game. But man, oh man. Like, they're fast.
Yep.
They are with it.
Yep.
They are tenacious.
Yep.
They're everything. They got it's incredible. And they got some good players and some character play. Like, it's all there. And man, it's fun hockey to watch because you see Colorado's the better team.
Yeah,
hey?
100%.
Like, you see it.
Yeah.
But they still can't do much with it.
I know.
For 3 games, it's like they try, and it's like it can't happen. And Seattle's just like, stick and move, right?
Yeah, exactly. They're that wiry, like,
they're
fighter.
little, they're like, get over here. Like, the big brute's like, get over here, you little chicken. Like, just trying to grab the chicken. Right? Like, that's what they should be. They should be the Seattle Cadbury chickens.
That's what I like that.
Right?
I like that.
Right? Well, there it goes. Slippery. No, they should be the kind. The slippery fish. Yep. Like, when you grab the fish and it pops it. Gloop, gloop. That's what Colorado's did. The thing with the fish is you gotta grab that fish. But this is exciting hockey.
Yeah, man.
I want to say something. Though. I don't care who wins. I'm delighted with either outcome.
I hear you.
I'll be honest because whoever plays Dallas, you're getting good hockey. Yeah. You're either getting the defending Stanley Cup champions, minus Landeskog, which hurts a little bit. You want to see people at their best, but that's hockey. That's playoffs. That's sports.
Yeah.
So you get that. Okay, fine. Or you get the tenacity of a Seattle Kraken that you believe, just like Vegas did when they came in the league, and you're like, oh yeah, let's go, new franchise. Yes. So does the Kraken just work their way back to the final? Like, This is where I like the expansion side because they're actually able to come in to compete. So I don't care who wins. I just want to point one thing out.
Yeah.
I just want to say something.
Sure.
I don't care what anyone says.
Okay.
To me,
Yeah.
the best player
Buddy.
in the end. Stop. Oh, Stop it. The best player in the NHL is freaking McKinnon. Okay? I don't care what anybody says. Do you have any?
Yes!
This is so creepy. Let me explain something. So after game 6, I go to work. I'm talking with the CD.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going up the escalator. We're going to get a coffee. And I point this out. I go, dude, did you watch the game last night? He's like, yeah. Even though the Kraken had won that game.
Yeah.
He's like, did you watch the game last night? I go, I actually don't know who I like better, but I think I do. I go, I get that McDavid is this north-south fast. He's got 150 points, this and that. But I've never seen, I go, McDavid is like slippery. Or no, Chris goes, yeah, McDavid's got more of the finesse slippery.
Yeah, right.
I go, but I don't think I've ever seen a guy harder on the puck than Nathan McKinnon. The guy's doing spinoramas, stopping on dimes. I mean, it looks like he's literally trying to boot stomp the ice. I've never seen a guy go carve, and go. He's incredible. The guy's everywhere.
Yeah.
It defies physics. How it just everything he's doing. To me, I don't care what anyone says. I want that guy. Plus, he's a winner. He's won the cup. He's a McKinnon.
I agree.
Won.
I agree, buddy. It's so creepy, everybody. I'm telling you, we don't tell each other the notes because let's call it what it is. We want to one up the other guy. All right, we do. Like when I come up with a good point, he knows it, and then when he comes up with it, I'm like,
good. It's a good one.
But what I'm more happy is that we both have the same point, and I couldn't agree. So I was watching the Seattle game
creepy,
yesterday, dude. It's crazy. Yeah. I'm watching McKinnon, and I'm like, because I watch, and we'll get into obviously the Edmonton series right next. But here's the thing: watching McKinnon yesterday, and where there's a full team of Seattle of grimers, right? Like I call them, like these are the guys that are not going to let you win easily. You got to earn every inch. He was easily beating everybody on that team, and him and Makar, and I'll give some accolades to Makar. You can tell they're much more talented players, but there is something to be said about a team that is all on the same page. Carolina, Seattle, and the LA Kings, and we'll cut them down in a few seconds because they deserve it. But there's something about when you see a team like that, they seem like a full team. But McKinnon, to Dimitri's point, yes. Number one player in the NHL. I agree 100% with that comment. Sorry, McDavid, but he is, and he's got the cup on you. He does. To say that you don't and then when you really want to pull it down, and maybe this is a great debate. The reality is, we'll get to it next week because maybe we'll just use it. We'll see what happens with the Edmonton thing. But McKinnon's getting paid a little bit more than you, and it's kind of, I'm starting to see why. When you first got that contract, I was like, come on, you know what I mean? It's the inflation. The inflation got him, but it's not. McKinnon is that good,
guys. When he gets the puck and he gets going, and he's spinning around guys. And he's moving and weaving. He's a complete player.
Yeah, 100%.
He's everywhere. He's the next version of Crosby. And how fitting that they're both from Cole Harbour.
Yeah, it's kind of...
Doesn't matter which side of the ice or where they're going. Different style player, I'm just saying, but complete high-level elite player. That's McDavid's. That's the blemish for me. Yeah. McDavid's not a complete player in my mind. Blasphemy, how could you say that? Listen, the points are great, but, it's like until Ovechkin figured out that you got to play both sides with the C on your chest and be the real leader and play that, until he figured it out, there was no cups.
Agreed.
Guys like Crosby, they're different types of players. He figured it out. McDavid is figuring it out.
Right.
But, man, McKinnon, numero uno for me.
Yeah, I agree. Let's get to the Edmonton and the LA Kings. Now, this is another one that I said at the beginning. I'm like, watch out for the Kings. They know each other. They've been waiting for Edmonton. Edmonton came in hot in the first game, and then all of a sudden, down 3-1, down 3-0 in LA, the Kings say, we got this. They literally, basically, after the first period, put their gloves away, put their skates away. They started packing. They're like, "Hey, I'll meet you down in the beach. I'll find you at Muscle Beach, whatever kind of thing, right?" Well, Edmonton came roaring back. That comeback when they were down 3-0 in that series at 3-1,
game changer.
That was the game changer.
Yeah.
Now they go back to Edmonton. Edmonton's up to 3-2. Sorry, they're in LA tonight, but Edmonton's up 3-2 in the series. LA, you had your chance. You guys are done. The Oilers now have found their stride, and that's scary because what was very evident for the first 3-4 games was their Draisaitl, maybe the second best player in the entire league now. Yeah, I'm going to say it because here's the thing.
Mitch,
I'm not going crazy here, and I know a lot of people are going to get mad at me, but when we talked about Matthew Tkachuk, we're talking about McKinnon, and we're talking about McDavid. I love McDavid, and I see a Draisaitl. Come playoff hockey, I wish they would change the format where, yes, McDavid was easily the best player for 82 games. But why is it that you can't have the MVP race inside the playoffs? I wouldn't give the MVP to anybody that wasn't in the playoffs. So follow me on this. Now we're in the playoffs, and you can start seeing who is the creme de la creme. Okay? And I'm not saying McDavid isn't. But what you are seeing is a McDavid take it to another level. You're seeing Tkachuk take it to another level. McDavid is not. He's actually faltered a little bit. I'm not saying he's horrible, but Draisaitl has taken 3, 4, 5 steps. Edmonton fan, be very thankful you have a Draisaitl because he was patient enough. McDavid and the rest of them have all joined the fun party now. Edmonton will win tonight, but just where's McDavid? And once he comes,
I give him a little bit of a pass.
A little
they
bit.
play because
bit.
The thing too is I've seen this before. The thing too is when you're playing teams like that, they're clearly playing McDavid very differently, and sometimes it opens up. I'm not saying that Draisaitl's overachieving. I agree with you. He's got that like oomph in him, right? I think McDavid does too. I just think that it's a little unfair. It could go series to series and switch. It depends, but they're playing him harder. However, this is why I got McKinnon number one, because what they're trying to do to McDavid, they're doing to McKinnon, and he still finds ice and things to do. So, anyways,
there it is.
I agree with you. LA, you had your chance. You were up 3-0. You could have taken it to them. You let them take your girlfriend home. Yep. And now she ain't coming back.
She's not coming back.
That's it. It's over.
It's over.
Sorry.
Real quick news and notes: the Calgary Flames and the city of Calgary have come to a resolution. They're happy. They're going to build it. $1.2 billion for the new. We'll just call it the new Saddle Dome. It's not going to be the Saddle Dome, but it's going to be the new Saddle Dome. Thoughts, real quick? Too much money or finally?
Oh, finally.
I think it's still too much money.
Yeah, come on, man.
I thought the deal before was good. It's what I'm getting at is this is the same money from the last time. Like, what are we waiting for? Who's paying for the cement? Is that what this was all about?
No, yet. Do you want to do it on the Greek show because it's a Calgary-based show? Yeah, and we can lambaste the city council.
That's right. And one last thing, I wasn't here for last week. Daryl versus Treliving. I'm just gonna say this: happy trails to Treliving. That's it. I think you could go wherever you want. You can go wherever you want. My boy last week said, "Hey, Pittsburgh seemed to have cleaned house. Hey, not a bad spot, not a bad place where you got a little Malkin, got a little Crosby. Hey, it's not a bad place to be."
Hey.
Not bad
it's
at
the
all.
Boca.
It's the Boca.
Of the Northeast States.
From there, we jump over to the NFL. Yes, it's time.
You want to do NFL?
We're going to do a little NFL.
Okay.
The draft
Why?
was
What
the
happened?
other day. The draft was the other day. This is my favorite time of the year.
Did you go? Did you go to PZ's?
Yeah, I did.
How was it?
Great time.
Good time.
Let me tell you something. Not only did I go to PZ, thank you very much for hosting, had a great time. His son, Michael, is the new Adam Schefter. This kid was hitting the drafts were coming in. He goes, Bryce Young, number 1. Number 2, this. Stroud at number 2. Number 3 is going to be this guy. Number 4. He was the new. I literally got rid of all my Twitter accounts, and I'm following Michael now. He's my new NFL insider.
Why isn't he on the pod?
He's going to be on the pod.
Did they ask?
There was a little ask. He's shy, the little guy, but by the way, he's tall. He's not shy. He's not little. He's coming on the show. I'm going to bring him in for the NFL. I wanted to surprise you.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I love it.
The kid's a Schefter. You should see this guy.
He's a new Schefter.
But the only problem is
his dad.
That's okay. 2 problems. Oh. His dad's one. Second one, he's a Cowboy fan. This is what?
It's okay.
All right. We're okay with that?
We're okay with
that. The big news. The reason I got called into this party was outside of my amazing banter and great looks and everything else in between. I'm a Packer fan. My compadre is a Packer fan. And
It is
big
what it is.
news hit this week. We all knew it was coming, but it hadn't happened. Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets finally come to a resolution. The trade is now complete. It's over. The New York Jets now have a 40-year-old, four-time MVP in Aaron Rodgers, one-time Super Bowl champion.
We're not bitter.
Yeah, not at all.
No.
And the Packers decided that, yep, it's time to cut, and it's the Jordan Love era. I saw this thing, and I mean, we all know it. 30 straight years, 15 each, weirdly enough. Favre, 15 of Aaron Rodgers, and now the Jordan Love era actually starts. Dimitri, what'd you think of the trade? And what the hell are we going to do next year?
All you need is love. Love, love. Love is all you need. Maybe that's the name of the pod.
Yeah.
Look, where do I begin, Mitch? Where do I start? Where do I this? Okay, what do I think of the trade? I will tell you what I think about the trade. I think the trade was a win-win, fair deal down the middle for everybody involved. You know, when I first looked at it, I'm like, really? Mm-hmm. I'm like, how come we're not getting like 4 number 1 picks and $30 million in cash, a trip to Boca with a timeshare in the Caymans, and meet and greet with the Sultan of Brunei? Like I'm sitting there, I'm like,
I agree.
Where is everything? What happened to this deal, Packers? You were holding out for that?
That's what you held back.
However, the NFL picks are important. Mm-hmm. It is the one league, in my opinion, that the draft and picks are extremely important.
That's true.
Not just in round 1, but actually all the rounds. Right. And if you look at it, you go in the depth charts, you're like, wow, it is true. Okay. So, number 1, you guys, I'm now of the opinion, thank God we got what we got. Because I don't think that Aaron Rodgers is truly worth, and I'm not a disenfranchised Packers fan when I say this, I don't think he's actually worth as much today, this is the key, today, now, than we think he is. Yeah, he's a 4-time MVP. Yes, he's won the Super Bowl. Yes, he's still a very effective quarterback. Let's not cut the crap. But let's peel it back and look at what the Packers are asking for. The Packers are asking for somebody to take a 40-year-old, $150 million guy off of their books just for 2 to 3 years before he walks away. There are not many teams that are willing to do that at that price at the stage of where their franchise is. The Jets, realistically, are the only real suitor where it was a win-win for everyone. They had picks to give up. They're just kind of there. They have a young enough QB that they could put on the shelf for a bit and say, hey, just wait a bit. Right? They're the only ones. San Francisco, I think would be a great fit for Rodgers. But San Francisco's like, no. We don't need that on the balance sheet.
Right.
Carolina is like, wait a second, we got the number 1 draft pick overall. We don't need that on the balance. Like, nobody needed Rodgers on the balance sheet. And then to boot at the end, look how Rodgers is leaving. For the last 3 years, he's been a thorn in the Packers' side.
100%.
Okay? I'm leaving. I'm not leaving. I want money. I don't want money. I want money. I'm on a dark room. I'm taking shrooms. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm this. I'm bam. Holy crap. Like, get the hell out of here already.
Yeah.
That's what the league is seeing. There's a big difference. Tom Brady, in his 40s, went to Tampa Bay for less money. Won a Super Bowl.
Right.
So he could have 3 running backs, 3 all-star wide receivers, his tight end guy. Big difference, you guys. So the Jets fans, you're lucky. You're getting a marquee quarterback who I think will take you into the playoffs, at least give you a phenomenal chance to do it. You guys, I was looking at it. The Jets had, I think, if not the number 1 in the AFC, they're near the top when it comes to defense of points against. They're a really good, solid team.
Oh, yeah. No.
They're a good, solid team. They got some good pieces. Now you're getting the quarterback. A win-win for you. And you have the money, and you had the picks, and you had everything. You were the only place to go. Otherwise, I'm telling you, Packer fan, we would have had to suck that up for 3 more years. because no one's going to want him. Love would leave.
Yeah.
And guess where we are? So in hindsight,
Right.
I wish we did this last year.
Yeah.
Because last year, to Mitch's point,
Right.
we could have gotten a lot more. So the deal was fair.
Yeah. I do think that I think we could have got a little bit more in compensation, but to your point, yeah, we got a big nut off the books. That's how you want to look at it. That's fine. Jet fan, yeah, you guys, on paper look great. I've learned my lesson through the years. You might look good on paper. Let me see how you guys dance at the actual dance. Okay, we'll see what happens. Packer fan, I'll just say this. On one end, I'm just glad that now we can pull off the Band-Aid. It's done. It's off. Let's see how we heal. I don't know, Jordan. I don't know, buddy. You look okay, but I just don't think you're ready either. We'll see. This NFL quarterback position is very complicated. It's very tough. We'll see. We'll see how LaFleur is as a coach. Like, this is exposing a lot of things. This isn't just doing one thing, right? It's everything. So from there,
agree.
Real quick, during this week of this trade happening, right before that, Jalen Hurts got the money, right, as the number one quarterback.
Yep.
And then the relationship of all relationships, the Baltimore and the Lamar Jackson. I hate you. I love you. I need you. I don't want you. Kind of like the Rodgers thing. But this one ended in a nice way where now Lamar Jackson is the number one paid quarterback in the NFL like he wanted. He got what he wanted. Baltimore held back and said, damn it. No one's really offering him anything. Plus, what they wanted to see is, what is he going to be offered so that we can match it and keep him anyways? They finally came to a resolution. Lamar Jackson in Baltimore, they look pretty good. But this is like those relationships where they're like, I hate you, but they have like really great sex. You know what I mean? And so this is what I feel like that kind of relationship.
That's a fair point. That's a good analysis.
They fight, but they love each other.
Yep.
Yeah. And there it is. Real quick in the NBA, we'll do it. Yanni and the Bucks knocked out by the Heat in the first round. The Knicks knock out Cleveland. Boston knocks out Atlanta. The 76ers knock out Brooklyn. We're off to the West. Denver and Phoenix are playing tonight, even though the other two series haven't finished yet. So
I can't stand this. Hey,
I think it's the funniest.
I
thing
actually
in the
think
world.
this is the you know what, NBA?
Yeah.
You know what, NBA? You guys, just when it comes to playoffs, suck.
So
You suck. I'm propped out of my chair
so
here.
somehow Denver's in the NBA Finals, but they're waiting for the second round of other leagues to finish up.
It's crazy.
It is.
How can you do this?
I don't know.
But
that's going to be a great series. Denver versus Phoenix. That's going to be good.
I don't know where to go with this one.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with.
Yeah.
It's tough. I think I'm leaning Denver to start.
Yeah,
I'm
fair
leaning
enough.
Denver.
They're more of a complete team, I think. But the one that I'm watching, and I'm watching it tonight somewhere. I know we're going out for dinner together with a good friend of ours, PK. But the Golden State game, I got to watch this.
Yeah.
No, Memphis got knocked out last night. But
Golden State
and
thank
Sacramento.
You. Sacramento.
Those guys could shoot the balls out anywer. Shoot the balls out.
What a fun series.
Very
that
fun
is,
series,
eh?
yeah. To my little nephew, Costadinos, I call him K-Money. I've always called him
Fair
K-Money.
point.
He's a huge Warrior fan. I'm not gonna lie. I was me and old cousin Jim like to hassle him and always take the opposite team.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you right now, Golden State, they keep winning. They're a tough team to knock out. Like if they knock out Sacramento, then I do think they're on their way to the finals again. I just feel like this team can't, when Klay Thompson's on and Steph's on and the rest of this team going and Peyton and the rest of those dudes, this team's too good.
You know what? They don't get past a Phoenix and a Denver for me.
Really, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see. But you know what does get past? And everyone missed it last week. You did a good job with it. It's rapid bounce.
Ooh.
Here we go. The LA Clippers were eliminated again in the first round of the NBA playoffs. And as usual, Kawhi Leonard was both hurt and load management. Keep him or get rid of him.
Get rid of him. I'm sorry to say.
Lots of controversy
Hold on.
with this
I'm
guy.
sorry to say.
Yeah.
You know what, Kawhi? How can a teammate sit on the bench
Yeah, I know.
in the playoffs and watch that happen?
But
when you could have won the series.
I agree. And this is what's weird about it.
I'm sorry.
I agree with everything you're saying, and he was fire again. Like, you want to talk about a killer? When the playoffs come on, this guy goes to another switch. But it's the team that makes him do the load management sometimes. It's the analytics guys. And that's the part that I'm not understanding. It's like, okay, maybe your analytics are like, yeah, he sits for 2 games and then plays for 5. Okay, but this is the playoffs. That rule should be different. I don't know. I'm just telling you guys. This isn't entirely him is what I'm saying. It's the Clipper, like, analytics guy going, well, he's got this injury, and based on our
Then
mathematics...
the analytics guy,
Yeah.
then I'm sorry. Someone needs to take the belt off and give this guy a kshilo.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. Will Levi, quarterback for Kentucky, was supposed to go in the first round of the NFL draft. 32 picks in, no Levi. What's more embarrassing, not getting picked in the first round or getting all dressed up and nowhere to go?
Still better than the Bo Levi.
Shot to the belly. In EuroLeague playoffs the other day in basketball, Real Madrid got into a brawl with Partizan. Where's Partizan?
Belgrade.
Is it?
Yeah.
I have no idea where it is.
Yeah. I have to know that.
Huge fight.
Partizan Belgrade. You don't want to mess with those Serbs. I'm telling you.
Partizan. I saw an advertisement for
That's
a
from
double
Greece.
toilets. Double toilets for lovers that do everything together. Is this going too far?
You still got to leave the seat up.
Last one. 7% of men think they can beat a grizzly bear in a fight. 23% of men also believe they can beat a king cobra in a fight. What percent are these guys correct?
And 100% would leave their friend for the bear.
You know, I thought about this one. Chris, I miss you,
Chris.
buddy.
Son of a
You
bitch.
son of a bitch. And you know what? Honestly, so this week I got the call. His dog, Choo Choo, passed. So
Choo Choo.
yeah. So the cycle's complete, I guess. Anyways.
Man,
No, what?
the cycle is complete.
Well, I'm just saying, Choo Choo was that one, like, it was literally, okay, guys, you guys saw the podcast. One
Did
of my
he
best
bite
friends.
off more than he could choo-choo?
I don't know how Chris got that name, Choo Choo. I'll be quite honest, but Choo Choo and Chris were an inseparable combination.
Right.
And when Chris got sick, the dog, guys, I'm telling you, quick story, was right by his bedside. It was the most beautiful and sad thing at the same time. Like, he was next to his
They
partner
know.
in
They
crime.
sense that.
They
man.
sense it.
Not being funny. They
Then
do.
when Chris passed, I'm not joking you, he was supposed to go first. Choo Choo was supposed to go first. He was sick. So I go over a couple days after Chris has passed to his house, and there's Choo Choo, man, just running around, all excited to see me. It's pretty crazy. I'm about to tear up. Anyways, I gotta go. It's MAGA Malaka time. It's MAGA Malaka time. All right, we started off the podcast with a little Jerry Springer, who also passed. Damn it, I didn't realize the combination here. All right, he passes.
Mitch is in shambles.
I'm in shambles. So you got Jerry
First
Springer.
choo-choo, and now Jerry.
It's been a rough week, man. So you got, Jerry Springer, one of the best TV show hosts, MAGA Malaka TV shows, TV talk shows. Okay?
Yeah, KKK, yeah.
Second pick, Ryan Reynolds and his boy, Rob McKellany.
Very
I
close.
don't know if you saw, they ended up winning Rexton, the team they bought, won their division.
Yeah.
So they get to move up. Huge deal. Now, there's teams that are for sale. Maybe Ryan Reynolds wants to buy another sports team. So sports team Ryan Reynolds can buy.
You know, they're one step closer with the Senators.
I know. Well, they might be on the list. They may not. Third pick.
Third pick?
I saw this because last week when I was in the Kimberleys, I was watching the LA game, and who's there having a great old time? Will Ferrell, face painted. Then he's at the Lakers game. My question: who do you want next to you with your ticket? You got an extra ticket. Who are you calling? Those are your 3 MAGA Malaka picks of the year.
Wow, you really had an exciting time in Kimberly, hey?
I did this all last week.
Yeah, we could. And I have a 4th MAGA Malaka. No.
And the 4th.
Talk show host. Give me talk show.
Here we go. It's MAGA Malaka talk shows. Donahue, MAGA or Malaka?
You know what, MAGA? Because the guy was the tried. He's one of the El Originals.
Yes.
Great hair. Beautiful glasses.
Yeah.
Kind of look like my Papu Albert to a degree, so I have a soft spot. But Donahue was the, he teetered on a little controversy himself.
Yeah. He wanted to start the party, but no one wanted to party with him.
Well, that's what I mean, right? So that's,
He kind of reminds me of an assistant principal. Like, he was like right in your grill. And he was giving you the wood, kind of thing.
But then giving you the wink, right?
Yeah,
They turn around and be like, don't worry, I got you. I like the Donahue.
Ellen. MAGA or Malaka?
I'm going to go MAGA. Listen, I love Ellen's show.
Yep.
I love Ellen's style, the way she treats the staff.
Right.
And we were talking about this the other day because, hey, staffer, they go, Ellen's a big bully. I want to see your quarterly report work ethic review. That's what I want.
Yeah.
MAGA, Ellen.
Did she pay you every 2 weeks?
Hey.
Oh, she did?
Hey.
Oh, she did?
She did.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what we thought.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. It's so easy being the #1 daytime show.
Here's one from the past. Jenny Jones. MAGA or MALAKA?
I'm going to go MALAKA.
Right.
Jenny, you tried.
You did.
You tried.
Yeah.
But you ain't no Ricky Lake.
No. Ricky Lake.
MAGA.
Another one. Geraldo. MAGA or MALAKA?
Listen. Geraldo might have been MAGA.
MAGA.
Geraldo was Jerry before Jerry knew he was Jerry.
True.
Okay,
Boy, yeah.
You know, that's who Geraldo was.
See, Geraldo, for those that never watch, you got to watch his old show because he tried to start fighting. Yeah, the skinhead. He was like, he antagonized people. He was like, I think I heard that guy call your mom a hoe. And then the next thing you know, they're all fighting. And he's like, I can't believe this. And he's like bleeding. And he's like, he was like an actor, but so
the guy
funny.
Did the guy try to go into Al Capone? That was a big dud of a show. He did the Al Capone, but he was trying. He tried. He was trying.
I'm gonna find his safe. He didn't find it.
He didn't find it.
Spoiler alert. Okay, Kelly Clarkson, MAGA or MALAKA?
MALAKA, don't like it.
No, see, MAGA. She's Greek, so
forgot MAGA. She wins.
MAGA,
Yep.
Here's one for you. Haven't seen them for a while, but I kind of miss them a little bit. Regis and Kathy Lee.
MAGA.
Yeah.
That was the greatest version of wholesome 1-2 punch.
Right.
TV talk show.
So you're wondering, how did this start? That's how it started. This whole show is based on Regis and Kathy Lee.
Who's Regis? Who's Kathy Lee?
Well, I'm Regis.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think so. I think so,
yeah. Maybe. Maury, MAGA or MALAKA?
Maury Povich?
Yeah.
You are not the MAGA. No. You know, right?
Yeah. I like what you did there.
Leave it at that.
Good.
Leave it at that.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that one. I like that one. You know where he got popular when he started doing that stuff, the paternity test, right? Prior to that, it was pretty mundane. And then he saw the calling.
Yeah.
And he goes, I got it. I got to do these paternity
So the reason I don't give him the MAGA is because he didn't escape from that anymore. Right. Like, it just became paternity tests.
Right.
You're like, man, do that every Thursday, Friday. Let Friday be paternity Fridays.
I never understood this. So let's say it was usually the woman that came on and said, it's this guy is the father. And then it turned out he wasn't. And then they always got up and ran off.
They would run off.
They would just run off
There's got to be instructions.
I'm just curious, like, what did you think running off was going to do?
The best is like, Mitch, you are not the father. I told you, bitch. I told you. Right? I told you I wasn't, right? But this is where Maury, where I'll give it to him, was when he had the repeat guests.
Yes.
Where it's like, this is Danielle. She's a 4-time guest and is still searching for the father of 2-year-old.
Like, what happened that night?
2-year-old Jacob. And then they show Jacob. Aww. Like, it was all perfectly cute. Aww. Yeah, that's right. And I mean, look at him, Maury. Look at him. He looks exactly like Mitch. And then they would bring Mitch out, and Mitch is a piece of garbage. This is the best part for me. And then Mitch would be like, listen, she's opening up her legs, like, like he would go off and go whatever, right? Yeah. Oh,
but
man.
It is funny because you're right. There was a couple of times there would be a guest that's on there like 3 times, 4 times, and they're like, and 3 times in a row she hasn't found the father. So like, what did happen in that week span? Yeah, right. Like, what was going on?
Yeah, totally.
Like, we're figuring it out.
This is entertainment,
You know, Maury, you're a MAGA.
You're back on. Now that I think about it, it was all cute.
All right.
But everyone had their niche. Yeah, going.
Arsenio Hall.
Ooh. You know what? I got to go MALAKA.
Yeah,
I never really got into the show. And personally, I didn't think he was that good.
You know what? I'll tell you this. He wasn't that good on the show, and you weren't that good in Coming to America. Yeah, I said it. There it is. I just did it. I don't care.
Uh-oh.
Rosie O'Donnell, MAGA or MALAKA?
I'm going to give Rosie a MAGA on that one because she did have a pretty good show when she came out.
I didn't like her.
No.
The View, MAGA or MALAKA?
Only with Barbara Schwing Walters.
Really?
Yeah.
Get out.
Because it was a different show, Mitch. She created the show and she
Right,
had a
she
thing.
did.
So I'll go MAGA with Barbara Walters.
I only like it when they get at each other. That's my favorite part. If they're all in cahoots, I don't like it.
Yeah.
When they're fighting, there's nothing more entertaining
great.
than going
It's
at
great.
it. Yeah, it's kind of hot.
I don't like. I just don't like where the view's gone.
Yeah,
now.
it's
not.
so
It's really. They should change it to one point of view.
Yeah. I agree. That's a good
MALAKA.
idea. Last one. He's everyone's favorite. It's the Dr. Phil. It's his last season on TV right now as we speak. MAGA or MALAKA?
I'm gonna give Dr. Phil a MAGA. I'm gonna give him a MAGA.
I think so too.
Yeah. You know what? Come on. You know why? Because the last I don't watch a lot of Dr. Phil, but what I do watch of Dr. Phil, the last 4 or 5 years, he's on the way out, so he doesn't give a crap anymore. He's like, you know what? You're entitled and you're dumb.
I just
like,
find
he just says right to people now.
He looks like he looks like a guy that comes to my sales meeting. He has that big leather binder that he brings on stage now.
Right.
And he's like, and then he'll but I like how he's been cutting down people lately.
That's
like
what
he's getting right in there.
Yeah, he's like, screw you.
Yeah.
He's like, what are you going to do to
What are you
me?
gonna do?
I'm Dr. Phil.
I'm telling you, you're not good. You're not good. You're crazy.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody.
And let's call it is. He made a superstar.
He made a superstar.
Superstar.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
What was the other one? Catch You Outside.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah,
That's what it is. Catch me outside.
Catch Me Outside.
Catch me outside.
There it
Dr.
is.
Phil.
MAGA MALAKA. Done. There's so many more.
Yeah. You know where you can catch us? You can catch us on @Sports Show Podcast. You can catch us on Podbean. You can catch us on Spotify. You can catch us on Sports Show TV on the YouTube. You can't catch us on iTunes right now because, quite frankly, Roster, we just don't know what's going on. We're not sure why it's loading. There's a lot of tomfoolery and trickery.
We're being shadow banned.
But it doesn't matter. Episode 257.
257.
One for the books. Shove it in the locker because we got to hit the showers.
Done.
You know what I love about those talk shows is like,
Sally Jesse Raphael. Yes or no?
I kind of had a thing for her. I don't know. It's those red frame glasses.
It's the red frame
Those are
glass.
red. I go,
They gotta
hold
stay on.
I go, hold on.
They gotta stay on.
Who are you? Hold on. What's going on here? What do you want
They
to
gotta
talk
stay
about?
on.
Hold on, honey. I don't want to do any talking.
Let me put these down. No.
No.
Whoa, wait. They stay
They stay on. Okay.
So good. Dr. Oz.
I actually liked this show.
Really?
Yeah. I actually didn't
You
mind
would,
this show.
actually, yeah. The hypochondriac that you'd become. Yeah, I can see that. I can totally see that.
A lot better now.
Are you? How about this one? Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, Johnny Carson.
Johnny-
Kill one,
'Kay.
fuck one, kill one. Marry one, fuck one. What's the saying? Marry, fuck, kill. Yeah, marry, fuck, kill. Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, Johnny Carson.
Hold on. I'm gonna kill Kimmel.
Yeah.
See, I'd like to do them both.
You're gonna marry Carson, you're fucking Fallon. That's what it is. That's what it is.
That's the safe bet.
That's a safe bet.
Yeah, that's the
Just
safe
stay
bet.
with that one.
Yeah, let's go with that one.
There it is. Now you wonder why we got.
You know
him
what?
banned.
I actually hate the late night talk shows.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Listen. The golden era of those shows
Right.
was Letterman,
Yeah.
Leno,
Yeah.
and Conan. When those three guys were on all at one time, like Conan was later
Right.
after Leno, but when you had Letterman, Leno, and then Conan O'Brien after, there was no better late TV. I cannot stand.
Right.
Like, I think Jimmy Fallon's really funny.
Yeah.
And I think he's personal. I can't stand any of those shows.
Yeah. I'm 100% agreement with you. I will say this: love Letterman. He just didn't have the good guests. Leno had the better guests, but I'm telling you, I'm not a Leno fan. Like, nice guy, good, but I never found him funny at all. Like, zero funny. And then, which one's the late one? Which is the other one you said?
With
right?
Conan O'Brien.
Conan, I like Conan, but you know what? When he was supposed to take over for Leno
yeah.
and that whole controversy, then I liked it because you got to see a little bit of his, you got to see a different side of Conan, right? But the one thing I'll say about Conan that I'm starting to like a little bit more, he used to write a lot. He wrote for The Simpsons.
SNL.
SNL, all that stuff. And he's got good friends that are big comics right now. So behind the scenes, he's probably a really funny dude.
Dude, he's the funniest.
Yeah.
I've been watching him for years.
But he's on way too late. And
But he was on way too late. But if you stayed up and watched it, it was like, it's an amazing. It's a really, really good show. And but nowadays with Kimmel and Fallon, I'll be honest, Mitch, the politics.
Yeah.
That's what it
is.
The over, like before, like those guys all attack politics, which is funny.
Mm-hmm.
But now,
Right.
it's just so, and I'm not even saying like, oh, stop picking on Trump. Let's call it what it is. It's so political for the cheap clap.
Yeah.
It's like, can't we just go back to poke fun at everyone again?
Yeah.
Because that was the whole point of comedy, is to like satirically poke fun at people and for food. So now it's
What about a little Tucker Carlson gone from Fox? What? Find out next week what we think about it.
Gotcha, man.
We need the ratings.
Carlson,
He's our guest next week. Tucker Carlson.
Joshing on the grind like Eric Costin. Sit around and grab a drink, we talking what you wanted. Mostly you don't know me when it drop, then I'm mostly what they poppin'. You can say what you got when it's Tuesday, I be locked in.
Sports Show TV at Sports Show Podcast. Amy, do it at Sports Show Podcast.